Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. The KCET first round cutoffs have just been announced, and what we're trying to do now is to actually compare what happened in 2025 after round 1 versus what's happened in round 1 in 2026. And also we'll tell you at a branch level. So right now what we're going to cover is CSE and all the allied branches including data, AI, machine learning, all those programs, cybersecurity, information technology, all those branches put together. What we're talking about now is after round 1 cutoff, where do you stand this year versus what happened last year? And how do you compare it as to when the counseling ended last year for the same branches, which is CSE and allied branches. We're talking about CSE and allied branches. So what we're talking about is KCET Counselling 2026, CSE and allied branches, comparing them between last year and this year, and also showing you how much it traveled or how much space you had by the time the counseling finished last year through KCET. So that's the conversation. Now, while we're doing that, a lot of students have been writing to us or asking us for information about the foreign universities that have set up campuses in India. And these are about 8, 10 of them I've already announced. Bristol, York, Aberdeen, Illinois, Victoria, Liverpool. Liverpool, for example, is in Bangalore. Aberdeen, Victoria, Illinois is the Institute of Technology, which is one of the better ones. It's a US-based university. All these universities have set up campus in India, and they're approved by the UGC also. And because these people are setting up campuses, which is UGC approved degree, we are also, these lot of students have been asking us for more information about them. So if you want more, or if you want to actually join them, because it becomes a pathway for you to get into a foreign university at some point in time, or move abroad also at some point in time, take this number 8130376334. Send us a message foreign on a WhatsApp on this one, and one of our counselors will call you and explain to you the whole thing, because a lot of questions are coming in, so we thought we'll put it up together. And do subscribe to BTech 360 because we're creating a lot of content, and all KCET students, ComEdK students must subscribe to BTech 360 because we're creating a lot of content to help you decide based on what happened last year, and the data is what we're putting it together. So do that. We're going to cover at a branch level, at a college level also, so do understand that. Now about KCET, what I talked to you about is 25 versus 26. In CSE and allied branches, KCET, what we're showing at this point in time is only the open category or the general category. So the Kannada local or rural, those things we're not considering. We're only talking about the open category or the general category. Let's start with the first one. The most competitive of the branches is in RV College of Engineering, BECS is the most competitive. Last year, the closing cutoff after round 1 was 234. This year it's 144. It's become that much more competitive by 90 ranks. By the way, by the time it finished last year, it was 499 rank. Also got into BCSE at RV College of Engineering. Then again, RV College of Engineering, Bangalore, B, AI and Machine Learning. Last year it was 429. This year it's 243. So it's become more competitive at 186 ranks. Last year it closed at 742. So you can expect this to close about 550, 600 at this point. Then again, RB comes in, B, Data Science. 367 it was last year. This year it's 266.5. The gap again is 100 ranks is what it opened up. It's become that much more competitive. Last year it ended at 944. So about 600 is the gap between round 1 and round 6. So this year also you can expect about 850, 900 or something. Then again the fourth one also is B, Cybersecurity in RV College, where 508 is a closing rank last year. This year it's 288, a gap of 220. Last year it ended at 990. So similarly it will end up with 800 this year. Then comes PES University, PES University, the 100 feet ring road wala campus. BTech CSE, 934 is the highest closing rank last year. This time it's 628, a gap of 306 ranks. So all these things have become more competitive for you to get in. And that's what happened for all CSE and allied branches across the country actually. And 1654 is what you actually closed with last year. Then PES University again, 100 feet road, BTech CSE in Engineering, AI and Machine Learning, 1494 this last year. This year 971, a gap of 523 ranks. It's become that much more competitive. Last year it ended with 2694. So this year also you should be looking at about 2200, 2300 kind of a thing. Then comes Ramaiah Institute of Technology, Bangalore, BCSE, 1100 last year. This year it's 976. A gap of 124, it's become more competitive, and last year it ended with 2076. Remember, it's open category is what we're talking of. KCET for CSE and allied branches only is what we're referring to here. Then again, RIT Bangalore, B, CSE, AI and Machine Learning. Last year was 1694. This year it's 1250, a gap of 444, and ended with 2791 last year. Then RIT again, Bangalore, B, CSE in Cybersecurity, 1915 last year, 1483 this year, a gap of 432. And it ended with 4,208. So this year also you can expect this to end with about 3,900 or something like that. The next one is Ramaiah Institute of Technology, BAI and Data Science. 1612 is the round 1 cutoff this year. We don't have the data for the last year, but it ended with 4,160 last year. Then again RIT Bangalore, B AI and Machine Learning, 1910 last year, 1650 this year, a gap of 260 ranks, ended with 3429 last year. So essentially this year also you should be dealing with about 3300 or something like that, 200. BMS University, Bull Temple Road, Bangalore, BTech CSE Data Science, 2497 last year versus 1870 in the current year, a gap of 627 ranks, ended with 4585 ranks. Closure is 4585. BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore, BECSE, 2246 last year, 1920 in the current year, a gap of 325 ranks, ended with 3870 at the end of the entire counseling last year. Then BMS College of Engineering, BCSE and Data Science, 2497 last year, 2084 in the current year, a gap of 413 ranks, ended with 4585. So you can also expect about 4200 being the closing this year. Moving further, BMS College again, or College of Engineering, B AI and Data Science, 2442 last year, 2102 this year, a gap of 340 ranks. Last year it ended with 4646. So this year it should be about 4300 is what you can expect. Then RIT Bangalore, B Information Science and Engineering, 2473 last year, 21034 in the current year, a gap of 369, ended with 3196. BMS College of Engineering, CSE IoT and Cybersecurity and Blockchain Technology, 2639 last year, 2255 in the current year, a gap of 384 ranks, and ended with 5707 last year. BMS College of Engineering, last year was B AI and Machine Learning, 2786 in the last year, 2388 in the current year. Again, it became more competitive by 398 ranks, ended with 5087 last year. BMS College of Engineering, B Computer Science and Business Systems, 2868 last year, 2550 in the current year, a gap of 318 ranks, ended with 6293 last year. BMS College, Bull Temple Road, BTech AI and Mission and Robotics, 2770 in the current year, and I think it's a new course, so we don't have data for the previous year. Then University Visvesvaraya College of Engineering, Bangalore, B Computer Science, 3473 last year, 2952 in the current year, a gap of 521, ended with 5020 last year. Moving further, PES University Electronic City Campus, BTech CSE, 3588 last year, 3057 in the current year, a gap of 531 ranks, ended with 6056 last year. Then Sri Jayachamarajendra College of Engineering, Mysuru, 4707 last year, 3197 this year, a gap of 1510 ranks, that's massive, ended with 6390 last year. Then PES University Electronic City Campus, Bangalore, BTech CSE and AI and Machine Learning, 4400 last year, 3477 in the current year, a gap of 923 ranks, and ended with 7486 last year. University Visvesvaraya College of Engineering, Bangalore, BTech AI and Data Science, 4628 last year, 3571 in the current year, a gap of 1057 ranks, and 7213 is where it ended last year. Then comes Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering, Bangalore, BCSE at 4080 last year, 3572 in the current year, a gap of 508 ranks, ended with 6584 by the time it closed. Then again comes Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering, Bangalore, BCSE Data Science, 4718 last year, 3898 in the current year, a gap of 819 ranks, ended with 71565 last year. Then University Visvesvaraya College of Engineering, Bangalore, B Information Science and Engineering, 4625 last year, 4015 in the current year, a gap of 615 ranks, ended with 6502 by the time it closed counseling last year. Moving further, Dayananda Sagar College again, BECE Cybersecurity, 5170.5 last year, 4096 in the current year, a gap of 1074 ranks, ended with 9323 last year. Then again, Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering, Bangalore, B AI and Machine Learning, 4768 last year, 4012 in the current year, a gap of 656 ranks, ended with 7846 by the time it finished counseling. Then comes Ramaiah Institute of Applied Sciences. Now, we actually were dealing with MSRIT now. Now we're talking about the university, which is another one. It's a different entity. BTech Mathematics and Computing, 8400 last year, 4155 in the current year, a gap of 4245, ended with 17900 in the last year. Then Bangalore Institute of Technology, Bangalore, BCSE, 5036 last year, 4567 in the current year, a gap of 469 ranks. Across the board, if you see, it's become more competitive, and ended with 8157 in the last year. Then Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering, Bangalore, BCSE and Cybersecurity, 5170 last year, 4593 in the current year, a gap of 577, and ended with 9323 ranks by the time it closed counseling last year. Both are the same, actually. Yeah. RV University, Bangalore, BTech CSE, 6109 last year, 4709 in the current year, gap of 1400 ranks, and ended with 9773 by the time it finished counseling. Then Bangalore Institute of Technology again, BCSE Data Science, 6051 last year, 4839 in the current year, 1212 is a rank gap, ended with 10993 by the time it closed counseling. Dayananda Sagar College again. B. Robotics and AI, 7,362 last year, 5,184 this year. A massive gap of 2,178. Ended with 11,734 by the time it finished counseling. Then Bangalore Institute of Technology, Bangalore, B. AI and Machine Learning, 6,577 last year, 5,213 in the current year. Difference is 1,364 ranks. Competitive, more competitive. 9,607 is where it ended. Then Bangalore Institute of Technology, Bangalore again. B. CSE, IoT and Cybersecurity, Blockchain Technology, 7,481 last year, 5,458 in the current year. 2023 is the difference that you have. Ended with 12,460 by the time it finished counseling. RV Institute of Technology in Bengaluru, BCSE, 7,208 last year, 5,464 in the current year, 1,744 is a rank gap, and 11,688 is where it ended by the time it closed last year. Siddaganga Institute of Technology, Tumakuru, BCSE and AI and Machine Learning, 8,638 last year, 5,920 in the current year, 2,718 is a gap, 9,562 is where it ended last year. RV Institute of Technology, BTech AI and Machine Learning, 8,213 last year, 6,113 in the current year, a gap of 2,100 ranks, and it did 14,002 last year. Bangalore Institute of Technology, B Robotics and AI, 9,015 last year, 6,191 this year, a gap of 2,824. That's massive, and it did 15,039 last year. So this is what you have. Now, if you need anything, what we've done is we covered only the top 10 colleges, I think, if I'm not wrong. And we covered all CSE and allied branches is what we covered at this point in time for those top 10 colleges. If you want me to cover anything else, please feel free. A lot of you have been writing to us wanting to understand more about the foreign universities setting up campus in India. For that, you send us a message, 8130-837-6334. If you want to join any of these universities, which is Bristol, York, Aberdeen, Illinois, Victoria, or Liverpool. And these are all foreign universities campus set up in India under the UGC. So, which means this degree is valid in India and abroad also. If you want any information on that or you want to join them, because they have very good options for these kind of students, the quality students, send us a message on this number, 8130-376-334. Send us a message foreign, and one of our counselors will call you up. Do subscribe to BTech 360 because we're creating a lot of content to help students decide better for themselves. So if you want me to cover anything, please do that. But you need to subscribe to BTech 360 for you to access all the information and data that we're putting it together to help you decide the best college in choice. So do subscribe to that. Thank you so much. Namaste.